club, like a real bar in a long time. It was about 15 of us over in the VIP section we were in. And it was a birthday boy, you know, he cool with me. So I said, I'm gonna buy everybody a shot. So I told the waitress, bring me 15 shots. she brought me Ciroc. Have you ever tried to shoot Ciroc?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Pause. Not too much on Ciroc now. Because that is.
Listen to me. You don't shoot Ciroc like you do no
Yes,
tequila.
I do.
What you
Okay,
thought
well, I
what you
don't.
thought they was gonna bring you, Skip?
I'm sorry?
What you thought they was gonna bring you?
No, tequila. I don't know. I just say, well, give me. No, what it was. I asked him what he was drinking. He said Ciroc. I said, well, let me get 15 shots. I'm thinking tequila, reposado, you know, whatever. I don't know, whatever it is.
He thought they was gonna bring some pucker to the table.
Yeah, whatever. But this how you when you cheap like me, you got to ask what that shit costs. Them 15 shots cost me damn near $200. When I said ring it up, she sent me the thing. I'm like, what's that? Well, that's them 15 shots.
Well, you know, if we were inside the perimeter, we were outside the perimeter. Had we been inside the perimeter in Atlanta, in the city, in Buckhead, it would have been double that.
And I'd have been like, hey, I'll buy y'all another ball.
No, not at the club. You won't. Not at the club.
I know.
Ooh. I felt bad. I was like, Skip, you want me to get the next one? I wanted him to say no, and he did.
I said, hell no. All right, man, shit. I didn't listen. I throw that Ciroc back like water, and that motherfucker started a fire at the top of my throat to the bottom of my toe. Yeah,
ain't nobody really ever seen him drink.
Shit.
Anyway, so that was nice. I think we all felt old. We got through that. We got a good one for you tonight. Title of tonight's show is "How to Execute a Successful Car Show." But before
let me leave and come right back. I'm gonna leave and come right back.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead and leave and come right back, and then we're gonna get to our illustrious segment called Fact or Cap. Let me kick him real quick. Hold on, so he can come back. Bloop. Miss TJ, you on audio? You want to tell how your week was before we get to Fact or Cap? Since you don't want to, I think you're probably driving or something. I don't know what she doing.
Huh?
Okay.
We doing this. She back. She ain't there no more. Everybody, what's going on?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. She got boots on the ground too. I don't know. Just what's going on. Real funny story though, real quick. This is how I also know I was old. So I went to the club and I was tired at like 10:09, and at this new job that I'm working, I'm training an employee. She's about 18, 19 years old, you know, around there, right? And we were working with a credit card application. And you know how you got to call a credit card application in to get approval? I hand this child that works for us, and she's been working for us for several months. I hand the child a cordless phone. And if you would have saw the look that she gave me when I handed this child a cordless phone, and she said, "Oh, I don't do the phone thingy." She did not know how to use a cordless phone. And
you gotta think these 2020 kids don't know nothing about that. These 2010 kids don't know.
I said, all you gotta do is just call the number right there. She handed me the phone back. She couldn't do it. She could make a. I'm like, we are fucking doomed as a society.
Yep. Is this a walkie-talkie?
She looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, oh my God, I'm old as shit.
Hey, I feel so. Yeah, they don't.
Well, I'm gonna say this too. We saw some bodies in there, boy.
Yes,
it was some bodies in there, and I'm not talking about top 10 bodies either. I'm talking about eggplants, bell peppers, rutabagas, cucumbers. We saw it.
Yeah, Auntie. They had Auntie. You know how when Auntie celebrate their birthday, you have your little nieces and everybody that's younger than you, and they trying to hold you down. They don't want you to embarrass yourself, but you are clearly embarrassing yourself.
Oh no, it ain't gonna.
Well, don't be Auntie. I'm gonna say this here, then we're gonna keep it moving. I saw a halter top that was cut off, you know, like here where it's supposed to be, and cleavage showing, and from the cutoff to the navel, it looked like a busted bitch.
Bro.
I said, Mark, look. I said, look. It was terrible, but she was out. She was having, but she was.
Hey, them the same ones that be at the yard parties too.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Moving on. Moving on.
Let's go. Let's get into it.
Inside your house. Stay inside your house. All right. So this first one here, I don't know if you saw it on the interweb on Beyonce's
That is
internet.
nice.
I don't know if you saw this on Beyonce's internet. So fact or cap, let it roll.
Huge news from GM. The Caprice wagon is back.
Ah, shit. I hate when it does that.
Wait
a minute.
That's
like
right.
a Malibu
Chevy
in the front
is bringing back
and a
the
Magnum in the
classic
back.
Caprice station wagon, but of course with a modern twist. They're going to be offering a bunch of different trim packages. You can get anything from a sleek modern look to that classic OG look down to the wood grain. The interior is going to be a modern GM interior, but it's going to be laid out like the classic OG Caprice wagons, which means the third row is going to be facing the rear, which is epic. So much nostalgia bringing this thing back. GM's going to be offering these in rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive with a good variety of drivetrain options. You can get the 2.7 turboed V6, the 4.3 V6, the 5.3 V8, and they're also going to be offering the 6.2 V8. That's right, the same V8 that's in all their performance vehicles. And that is because they are going to be offering a Caprice SS, but as a wagon. This is going to be the most epic thing GM's done in such a long time. I'm super excited for this. I might just have to drop an order right now. Huge news.
Yeah, it looked like a Magnum. All they did was repurpose the Magnum and, put the Chevy front end on it.
Okay, give me the Hondo.
No, you'll take the Hondo before you take that?
Will I?
The Hondo was ugly.
Give me the. Let me tell you something. One of them looked like a El Camino in the front, and then the Magnum in the no.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Looking at it, that Hondo. Oh, it takes something for me to get that Hondo.
Hey, right. Let me tell you something.
Nighthawk is chiming in and calling that cap.
So you don't believe it?
What say you? Fact or cap? Is that coming out?
Cap.
I could see it because there's nothing like it on the market. The Magnum didn't work, so it seems like they would have enough common sense to say, "Hey, it didn't work because that don't look as good as the Magnum looked to me."
I've heard rumors that the Magnum is coming back too.
Nighthawk said it was an April Fool's joke.
No, that was an April Fool's joke. I don't know.
I hope it was.
I don't know when that came out, but when did that come out? I don't know when it came out. Anyway. No, that was before April Fool's Day. That was real news.
Somebody sent it to me. It was.
I would just say this. Nobody fucking asked for that. I don't understand. Like some of these cars, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Nobody who's asking for this shit. Like,
nobody fucking asked for that.
In the boardroom, raising their hand, like, sir, let's bring the Caprice back and let's bring the wagon back. The wagon you could have brought the Caprice back 4-door. Come on. You know how
the old Caprice wagon
would have been.
but the old Caprice wagon, that thing was nasty. That square body. Now that was nasty. They brought that back and put and modernized it. That body style. Then I would jump right on one of those, but no, the backwards facing seat. Come on, man. Ain't nobody riding like that no more.
You know they ain't doing that now. I really don't feel like because no,
I got to see my kids.
Station wagons were a thing, and then we had SUVs. Period. Like there was no need for a station wagon once you had an actual sports utility vehicle. It killed it.
Well, no, but they had them then, but they were just few and far between because the Range Rovers were in the 60s and 70s, early 70s. And they had Suburbans. There's late 60s and early 70s Suburbans also. which that was station wagon heyday from the 65 on up to 80, 81. So, you know, they just weren't as popular and affordable. I'm gonna say affordable, you know, like a station wagon was, because station wagon was before the cargo van. If you think about it.
Fact. Queen says cap. I says who the fuck cares? That's stupid. Moving on.
I ain't say fact. I say it could be. I don't know. I mean, it seems like you would go off of what happened with Dodge and the Magnum before you brought something like that out.
All right, so this next one, I'm sure you've seen. I know Skip sent this one to me, and I had already kind of had this one tucked away. So here you go.
Breaking news that Cadillac is releasing a mid-engine sports car. That is correct. By late summer this year, we will be seeing the first ever Cadillac mid-engine sports car hitting the market. And I have to say, this might be one of the best looking sports cars produced for 2025. Obviously, since Cadillac is a part of GM, it is going to share the same chassis as the C8, as well as the motor and transmission configuration. Although the mid-engine Cadillac shares the same chassis and drivetrain as the C8, it looks absolutely nothing like it in the best way possible. The exterior styling on the mid-engine Cadillac sports car is extremely aggressive. I absolutely love the way it looks. It reminds me a lot of a Mercedes AMG GTR. Mid-engine Cadillac has super sleek headlights, nice body lines, and a massive grille that is actually quite fitting. If you come to the rear end of the car, it again resembles a Mercedes AMG GTR a lot, but in the best way possible. The back end is super aggressive, and it is definitely going to make a statement when you see it on the road. The interior is once again going to share some.
Just look, do you see that center console?
Yeah, but like he said, that console is different than the Corvettes, because the Corvettes console, everything is angled towards the driver. Everything. You would have to lean over to look at it, where that one is more. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I want to believe this one.
Yeah, I do too.
But it's not going to be affordable. It's not going to be affordable.
So if you had to choose between an infinity dash screen, the one that goes from side to side, versus this, what are you picking?
Infinity screen.
You still like that better?
The reason I like it is because on a road trip, the passenger got their own screen. They can play the games on, do whatever. And it's different. It's just different. It's more spaceshipy. Whereas that is just bigger screens. You see, the consoles has always been there, but now you just have bigger screens on the console. Your screen, your Tesla is better than that to me. It's a real big screen that's super interactive. Whereas you got two different screens there, and one of them I'm assuming is AC and all that good stuff, and the other one is audio or whatnot. But I definitely would like to have the screen all the way across. Imagine sitting back parked somewhere watching a movie on it. I'm trying to watch a movie on that. Everybody got to put their head together.
And also, I don't think he mentioned that this is an EV. Did he say that?
No, it's not EV, because he said it was mid-engine.
I heard on another platform that this was a EV, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, he said the same drivetrain and the same setup as a C8.
Okay. Huh. Well, I hope that's real. That does look nice. I do like the way it looks. Cadillac also projected that they were putting out a Cadillac truck. It was like a muscle truck. Y'all saw that. I think we covered that on the pod one time. Did we see that, Skip?
I don't remember Cadillac.
No, it was was it a Corvette truck? Yeah, I think it was a Corvette truck.
Oh, Chevy.
I think it was.
They got trucks with 6.2s in them. They already have trucks like the 2500s have 6.2 liters in them now. So
I don't know.
But it's just something else to get that money. Everybody gonna jump on the I want gas. Y'all better turn that Tesla in. They no good. Boy, let me get some money to buy one. I'm buying one. I don't want to hear that.
I don't give a fuck what Elon doing.
I'm getting me one.
I don't give a damn what Elon doing. We've been on that shit. Anyway, so that's Factor Cap, ladies and gentlemen. We'll bring you more. I had another one that was talking about old school rims that I wanted to get to, but yeah, we'll get to that one at another time. So, Mr. Skip, if I'm in the market and I've been in the car game for 6 months and I jump out there on faith and I want to throw a car show and I called you, as most people do, what is the first thing that you kind of say to people when they're saying they have interest in throwing a car show?
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna talk until this thing goes out. I don't know why my computer freezing, but if you were to call me saying, "Hey, man, I'm new on the scene. I want to throw a car show for whatever reason," I would tell you not to do it because the upfront.
Damn, you just go
Y'all hear
shoot
me?
their dreams, little Skip?
No, we hear you. No, we saying he already talking about damn. I'm like, hey,
Oh, my
no.
screen is full. I would tell you not to do it, and the reason being is number one, when you throw a car show, whoever you use, if you're using your face, you're not going to get any traction because nobody knows you. So the fact that you are new is going to dictate what kind of turnout or show out you will get at your show. And secondly, where you're going to do it at, you got to know the layout of the land. You got to know where people are going to go, where they're not going to go, what's safe, what's not safe, what to have at these shows. And to ask me to do all that for you is going to cost you because I'm doing all the work for you to make all the money. And that's not how that goes. Now, if I was just giving you pointers, that's one thing. But, one of the reasons why a lot of people have hosts of their shows is because they're popular. They have the traction and people will follow them for whatever reason, whether it's like in Queen Kong's case, she's real approachable, nice, laid back, is there to have fun, do her music thing and go home. Skip is funny, laugh, always cursing people out, whatever the case may be. Real genuine person. I like being around him. But you're new, so nobody knows any of that. So why would you want to throw a show and put possibly thousands of dollars up hoping to get some of it back? And that's not going to happen.
Okay, Queen, you got anything to add? What they call you? Oh, Queen, you so popular. You got all them followers, girl. What I want to give me some money. I want to throw me a show. What you telling them?
Let me tell you something. You called the wrong person because I don't want to. I will lie to you. You called the wrong person because seriously, I see all the stress and that people go through behind the scenes when it's time to throw a car show, and a lot of people get out here and think that they can do it, and they flatline. So I don't want to steer anybody wrong. You know what I'm saying? I haven't thrown one, but I haven't thrown one for those reasons because I know it's stressful. I don't want to be stressed. I just want to go to the show and have fun. You have to have another thing. You have to have a solid team to help you because there are a lot of moving parts. Who's at the gate? You got to trust who's taking money if you're not doing it through Eventbrite or any other ticketing system. Security, who's walking around helping people park, make sure they're in the right area. If you have entertainment, you have to plug that in. It's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, I tell the same thing Skip said. Don't do it. Unless unless your team is solid, you have a lot of people that say, hey, I'll do this for you. I'll do this for you. I'll help assist out. I'm here to help you. We just want everybody to succeed. It's a lot that goes on. And I think people jump into this with very unrealistic expectations. And then when they set the wrong price point. Skip, chime in on that about that price point that people set.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, a lot of these newer show throwers, I should say, they think it just takes three things. You need a time, a place,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and a flyer. Literally, that's it.
But
That's a big thing.
all of that stuff, all of those things that we just covered is just the tip of the iceberg. If you're gonna do a show, you gotta have awards. If you're gonna do a serious show, you gotta have, like Queen Kong said, a good team backing you up. And it's easy to say, I got my car club or I got the people I hang with. But that big T word, that trust, that's the quickest way to find out if you can trust somebody or if somebody's with you for monetary gains or whatever. So one of the reasons why I way back when we first started this, I would always be there to help whoever for whatever for free. And then it got to the point to where I would go home after a show and be dog ass tired, like I worked. And I was doing it because of supporting the scene. And somebody, my boss, she ain't here. She said, Skip, you gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because the only benefit you're getting is enjoying the show, but you're actually working the show. So you're not getting the enjoyment that you normally would get. So when I got to the point to where, hey, look, I'll give you some pointers, but everything else I'm have to charge you for. It didn't stop people from coming to me, but it made people want to do it on their own without pointers and help. And then it was disastrous.
Right.
One of the reasons why we used to always make the calendar was because we didn't want the competing car shows. We wanted everybody to support everybody. But, you know, some people have this false sense of superiority where, man, I've been out here long and Skip, I'm going to throw a show. I don't care who's doing the show today, but this show is established. You understand me? People come from out of town to go to this show. And because you and this person are at odds or whatever, you feel like you can compete with them, you're dividing the car scene because people that support you are normally going to come, but the bulk of the people are going to be at the established show. So one of the things about is about anything you do, it's got to be a plan or a blueprint that you can read off of, or you can go off of what you've seen. And it's not that way with car shows because weather plays a factor in it, venue especially. Just it's a whole bunch of things, unknown things that pop up, and people say, "Well, Skip, you make it look so easy because I've been doing it forever." You understand? Yeah. You don't see the stress on me. You see me moving. You get what I'm saying? And those are the things that people don't understand about what it takes to actually throw a show and be involved. Like when people hire me to host their show, this is what I tell them. You find somebody to take your money and get out of the way. I'm going to be the pincushion. If the police are called, I'm going to be in the front line. Hey, Mr. Officer, what's going on? What happened? What can I do to fix it? What's going on? I'm Skip. I'm running the show. It's not my show, but I'm the face of it. So what can I do? Then I'll come to you and say, hey, mister, the police were called. It was too much noise. I told them I would take care of it. They said that they're going to hang around, but I'm going to go over and shut this noise down. See, that allows you to enjoy and mingle and meet and greet all the people that came to support you. These are the parts of the show that people don't think will happen because they assume, oh, I'm going to have a great day. But they don't see all of that small stuff that's done in the background. And that's the reason why I've learned now that I'll give you the blueprint. I don't mind giving it to you. But when you want me to institute the blueprint, that's when, hey, you know, it costs this. It's going to cost this. What do you want me to do? And I'll charge you accordingly. But I want everybody to understand. Go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Boy, your answer be super long.
Oh, okay. Where you stop me?
What's the biggest misconception? Is that the word? Misconception?
Yeah.
About throwing a car show that y'all would say. Go ahead, Queen.
The biggest misconception is
besides everybody thinking it's easy.
The biggest misconception is you thinking that you're going to have so much support that everybody's going to show up. That is
I think it's one might be a little bigger than that.
Well,
They think they're going to make an ass load of money.
I was going to say that, but you said, yeah. Yep.
Hypothetical car show. Trophies. Top 20. Best of show, male, female, best club. That's minimal, right? That's between $400 and $600, according to what you get, what size, all of that. Just say between $400. We just go say $600 on the medium end, medium, big end. Then the venue. Then if you have to have a noise permit. Then if you're going to have somebody at the gate, how much you're going to charge. If your show is not an established show, you can't charge more than $20, $25. If it's not established and you give out good awards, hence these rings I give out every year. But all of that stuff factors in before you even make $1. So right now you're at $1,500 to $2,000 out of pocket. And if you want to charge $30, you got to have a following. So it's going to take 30 cars to get you $900. That's if you can trust who at the gate. So people see a DJ Threat show or a Skip show or Stunt Fest and say, I can do that. Ain't nobody doing nothing this weekend. I'm going to get everybody here. All those other factors that we were talking about earlier is what got all those cars there. You know, the fact that they know you're a good person, you're going to do a good show, and they're going to be judged fairly or what have you. All of that plays into that first money you put out. Now, what about if you're at a big venue where the county or the city makes you hire police? That's minimum $50 an hour for at minimum 3 hours.
Yep.
So $150 per cop, and then they'll tell you got to have 2-3 cops. So that's another $600, $400, $450 you're out of before you even make a dime. So you know, the everybody thinks, oh man, I've been on the scene real. I'm cool with everybody, so I know if I throw a show, they're gonna come. You gotta sit down and write all that shit down and say, you know what? Let me talk to some people that's done it and see if it'll work for me, if it's something for me. So you know,
I mean, I think, and I hate to say this, but I think white people figured the shit out a long time ago, but niggas just ain't really figured this out.
What's that?
I was driving in Monroe, Georgia over the weekend, and I just stumbled across a quote unquote car show. But it was bigger than a car show. It was that city's car show. That whole city throws that car show for the community of people, and it was people everywhere. It was like a mini festival, but it was built around a car show. It was built around the community. It was that city, kind of like what Bled does in the city of what city is that?
Morrow.
You know, cool kids, what they doing over there in Cobb in those cities, like the mayor's involved. I just think we can do so much more and go so deeper in this whole scene, and I just don't think we're not thinking that big. We're not,
but we have, and the problem is we don't know how to act when we do get it. The city councilman right here on County Road in DeKalb, we actually had Southwest DeKalb Mall, the parking lot. We did I've done 2 car shows in that lot with their blessing. They brought the fire trucks out, everything, paramedics, the whole 9. And guess what happened? When the show was over, they did burnouts in the parking lot. And they messed it up. When the city throws a show, like what you stumbled upon, the police are there.
Right.
They didn't have to pay for the rental because it's owned by the city. No money was out of pocket outside of, and the policemen are getting paid because they're on duty. So when the city does it, it's, hey, we're going to have a festival / car show, or car show / festival, and they'll make their money on the back end from the vendors and everything else. So it's for the city, but you're still paying, you know. So that's if that's what you mean by figured out, then yeah. But no, it's different for us because we will mess up a hot tub of water. You know, we will.
All right. So what's the biggest thing that makes a show unsuccessful?
Unsuccessful?
Yes. What makes a show? When you say that show was a failure, what's the number one thing that comes to your mind? Besides bathrooms. Everybody says bathrooms.
Bathrooms is the first thing. And we had to get used to that because women are not going to use porta potties. If they're not the first ones in that porta potty, they're not going to use them. And then that'll trickle down. I'm finna go. He ain't got no bathrooms. And that little rumor be like a mosquito in your ear. Nying, 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 nying.
And then don't let it be family friendly and you got your kids out there and you don't have no bathroom.
Bill Ray, you want to be yelling at people. But another thing that makes it a failure is disorganization. Unorganized. Like you said earlier, y'all see me when I'm working, I'm parking cars, I'm putting people together, I'm making sure we got fire lanes, the stuff that people don't think about in case the fire trucks have to come or somebody gets sick, the paramedics got to get to them. I'm making sure everybody's where they need to be. And if we have music, I got to put the loud packs away and face them away so everybody else can still enjoy the show. You get what I'm saying? If they're there. So the one thing, the couple of things off the top of my head that can make a car show just a failure is disrespectful loud packs. You know, people with the music, um, people that don't want to conform, i.e., doing burnouts or revving the engines, or outdoing the DJ, showing that they can outdo the DJ, or just people not showing up too. That's one of the major things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think theme cars already brought it up, but I was going to say mine price point.
yeah,
Your price point, like I said, when I said I was starting to do like the car show judging,
mm-hmm.
I don't understand why you're charging. It's some people want to charge over 50,
yeah,
but you don't have any good trophies. You have no entertainment. My husband, they all know he like to eat. Your food vendors are whack. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to charge $50-$60 a head, and you don't have none of that. Price point will definitely turn. I just need to know what's going on. Let me look in the gate. Let me see how the vendors looking. Let me see what's going on with your price point. If it's not, but a lot of people are figuring that out now. Like I said, after they get to the show, and I can pay $75 and this is it. You know what I'm saying? You just don't.
Exactly.
So
There's nothing else to do. You're not giving them enough for what they're paying to come.
Right.
And a lot of people, like we said earlier, they're adding up. If I get 100 cars at $70 per, I'm doing pretty good. But if I get 50 cars, if I get 100 cars at $20 plus, I might break even. So that, to me, that's one of the reasons why they go up in price, because
right.
If they have the weekend to themselves, and people like to go. I know people that go to shows just to be out. You're a prime example of that. You go to have fun, play your music, go home. And there are a lot of people in your position that don't have the music you have. They just like the camaraderie part of it, and they'll pay those prices. So, know your audience, man. I say that with everything when I'm trying to explain something to people. You got to know your audience when you're going to get your car fixed. Know who that person is. Cause he fixed Skip car don't mean he gonna fix your car. If he's done multiple cars, then you got something to go off of. So yeah, you got to know where you're going and who you're going to.
Okay, so let's talk about this. In-click judging. We hear about this all the time.
That's a big turn away after you had like your first show. Once somebody notices.
So, Mac, are you meaning the person that's throwing the show is issuing the trophies out to people that's in their clique, or you're saying people in their clique are judging the show? I want to be clear on that question, because they're two different.
I think Mac is saying, like, when they say like how you said, like, I know, Mac. What's up, Mac? Like homeboy car shows. Put it in
like Florida, like Florida. It don't matter what you bring to that show. Somebody in Florida winning that show.
Yep, or just somebody or you get to judge, or like, hey, that's your homeboy got that nice Chevelle, not Mr. Benjamin from down the street who kept his in the shed and looked clean and he finally bring it out. No, your homeboy got to win that.
Okay, so he's talking about, makes sense. Okay, a lot of questions in the chat. Are venues a factor? Bathroom aside, parking in grass, dirt, etc. Or is a parking lot a parking lot?
It's a factor. It's according to what it is, though. If it's
also,
a trail ride,
before you answer that, should the type of landscape that the venue is in kind of be on the flyer? Meaning, should the flyers be a little bit more descriptive depending on the environment that it's in? You know what I'm saying?
Yes and no. I mean, if I tell you it's at 3304, blah 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 blah, then you can Google it. You should. Most of the time, people should try to do car shows where people are familiar with. Now, if it's something new or the first time, then I would look it up and see what it is. If it's a park or if it's a field or whatever. But that's just me.
But but I think, especially when you get in the type of weather. No, I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm thinking the weather that we're getting into now, a lot of people like I do skip. I take initiative. I'm going to Google to see, and then when I see like it's in the lot, the next thing I'm gonna ask you, do you have an on-site detailer? Because now
True.
you got to think about it when you driving on that grass, that dirt. If they just cut it, if it's freshly cut, the pollen just came through, So, but I will Google it to see first. But I think kind of like Shane. I think Peyton. It depends. I mean, I've had a good time at both, but
Yeah.
I think
Also, that's a,
Peyton.
that you bring up a good point with pollen. Skip, as a master judge, is pollen factored into your judging?
Yes.
Because a lot of times in the month of April, everybody gets pollen in the South. They're they're feverishly wiping their cars down, trying to get the pollen off. Should they be doing that?
Well, yes and no. Yes, if you haven't already cleaned your car. But like I told y'all, and I've said this on numerous, pretty much all of our podcasts when we talk about judging, I pay attention to you when you come in the gate. You might not know that I'm looking at you, but if you go park your car, get out and walk around, when I walk right over, if it's caked up with pollen, you didn't clean it. I paid attention. All I got to do is look, and if I see you wiping it down and I get to judge it, hey man, I'm going to judge your car. Don't worry about the pollen. You can't do nothing about it. You ain't got. You shouldn't spend all day wiping the car down when it's going to be counterproductive. And I don't know what's going on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
hear you.
yes.
I
Okay.
can hear you.
My
I
screen
was
went
agreeing
completely
with you.
black. But yeah, if you've already cleaned your car, wiped it down, and you got everything set up, and I come to judge it, I'm gonna look right past that pollen because the pollen will cover your car, and if it's that heavy, then I just will look. It won't be an issue, but I can tell if you wipe your car down if it's clean outside of the pollen. So I
Right.
don't.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't.
the way I see it is, if this pollen that's accumulating on my car, it's on everybody's car. Like, bro, you're not
Exactly.
at an advantage because you just wiped your shit off and I didn't. When it comes to pollen, like seriously.
And
Yeah.
you are correct.
But when like I recently went to a show and it was a lot of pop, but it's just me. I had one of those like broom duster things, not a broom now, but like the little microfiber, whatever
Mm-hmm.
it looks like.
The ones
And
on the
I
stick.
just kept taking that out. Yeah, I just kept taking that out just to wipe down because I didn't want the pollen, especially if you're possibly going for the only way I feel that you would continuously, if you don't know who the judges are, how they are walking around, and if you're going for best paint.
Mm, good
That would
point.
be the only thing, that I would say because they need to see, they need to see. So,
I
yeah.
like that point. I like that point. Okay, so let's switch gears to and talk about promotions. So, is it enough just to say I'm posting a flyer, my car shows on this date, it's at this place, it's at this time? Is that enough in 2025?
Hell no.
You say yes?
I said no.
You said no, Skip. Or you still froze?
He froze. I thought he had audio. Skip, go ahead, leave and come back. Anyway,
Skip,
so I said,
um, let me kick him again so he can come back. I
all
say
right,
no as well. I think
right.
we should enjoy and love this game enough to push it forward.
Mm-hmm.
Just I mean, come on, bro. Like just posting a flyer, it just that ain't it.
I think
And
people
and it's
need
like,
personal invites. What I find is that people always call me after the fact and say, "Well, you didn't invite me. You didn't invite me." We
Yeah.
do all this posting. We talk about car shows every
Mm-hmm.
week. We talk about car shows incessantly. If you're not following the page, if you're not looking at our website, if you don't go to our Instagram, if you don't
All right,
see
I'm back.
what we're saying
and
weekly, I'm sorry I didn't call you and invite you personally. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it just escapes my mind, but I find that a personal invite goes a long way. If somebody calls me and personally says to me, "I want you to come to this show," I go. If you don't call me, you don't text me, I might miss it.
Yep.
right.
Yep. I do feel you. You know, guys can't be everywhere, but like Mr. said, you're just posting it once or twice. You know, that's not it. So, how Skip? I'm going to ask you, how far in advance, when you're planning to throw a car show, should the promotion start?
At least a month and a half. And the reason being is because the way car shows are popping up now, there's car shows already planned for September and October. So you definitely like my show is always in September, so I try to get that date out there. So if people are, hey, Skip, when you're going to have your show, they can put it in their lineup. Like you, for instance, you have a big thing of, hey, I'm doing such and such and such and such and such and such. Let me know when your show is, or I'm gonna miss it. And I'm not gonna cancel because you're lollygagging or kicking the rock, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I think a month and a half, 2 months.
Has that. Have you ever seen Chameleon Vet's binder? He's got this big binder where he still has hard copy. Well, this was years ago, but he kept a hard copy flyer that he would receive in his journeys. And if he was going to your show, he would put that flyer in his binder, and that's how he kept up. Now everything's digital, so it's not really a lot of hard copy flyers like it was. And I don't know if it should or shouldn't, but we're just living in a different world. I just think there's no innovation, and I think it should be.
Yeah.
Well, like Queen has a big dry erase board she was telling us about that she puts everything on. I put everything in my calendar on my phone.
Right.
The main reason is because I'll get called and pulled somewhere and I'll tell somebody yes. If I don't put it on my phone, then I didn't tell you yes. Right. I'm sorry if I don't get drunk, but if it was one of those places where, oh yeah, well, we talked about Wednesday night. Okay. Well, I didn't think you were serious because I didn't put it in my phone. So I'm already committed and I'm gone. So that's pretty much the same thing as the binder, but you keep your phone in your hand all day anyway.
So if you look back at all the shows that you attended in the year last year, which was 2024, what was innovative that you was like, oh wow, I've never saw that. As far as a component of a physical car show, what was innovative last year? And if you can't think of anything, the shit is fucked up. Like seriously.
Well, you can't expect every car show to be different because at the end of the day, at its core, it's still a car show. Now, I'm gonna tell you something that was innovative and different was the ride the runway car show where the cars came through and they did a pass through. What Misfits did with the runway, ripped the runway, or whatever it was called. The cars were on the red carpet, so to speak. That was different. That was innovative.
Yeah, I like that.
Street Royalty did the car show / not prom. Sneaker ball. The sneaker ball / car show. That was different. Bled did Keys to the City inside the mall. You know, where it was inside outside, where you had 10 to 12 cars inside. What was that, Macy's or whatever it used to be? But it was on the second floor inside. Had stage set up. There was a setup inside and outside. That was different and innovative. There's some more things that were done that were just, it should be incorporated into everything. And I don't know why my laptop keeps freezing, but I'm gonna keep talking.
Freezing. So Queen, what was innovative? Huh? What was innovative as far as the sound industry last year?
Innovative as far as the sound. Oh, that's a hard one because most of, sound, the car audio shows are different than the car shows. You definitely know what you're going to see. You might not see anything too much too different. I wouldn't say too different. Everybody builds are different, but as far as the aspect of the show, it's been pretty much, I'll say Slamology. Like I said, it was different. Matter of fact, I will say Slamology because that was my first year going. So Slamology is big enough. They hosted at the Indianapolis Raceway. Don't get me wrong, Raceway track. But they also have a drive-through where you show off. It's not inside the track, but outside around the track is big enough. So you just have a roll-through, drive-through just to show off. like a cruising lane is what they call it.
Got it.
So say if I wanted to just move my truck, like, hey, I have my spot, but I want to move my truck. I want to drive around just to show it off to everybody because it's big enough. The people
could do that.
way on the other side of the venue might not walk up to the front. Yeah. So you could just drive around the whole thing and cruise, like you say, cruise, and then come back to your area and park. And I think that's really dope. I think that's real dope, especially if you're at a big venue like that, just to give you a chance to show it off. It wasn't, when you're in the cruise lane, it wasn't completely obnoxious music or anything like that. I mean, it was everything in the lane. Low riders, doggone slam trucks, lifted trucks, everything. So I really like that. That gives you a chance, even if you're a vendor, you could just stop and just look at everything coming through. Get your pictures, get your photos, that kind of thing. So.
Okay, so now I'm finna hurt somebody's feeling.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
Hurt him. Let's go. Hurt him.
Do we need DJs at car shows in 2025? Honestly, let's just cut the shit. Cut the shit. Do we really need DJs at a car show?
Not if the DJs don't have the correct equipment, especially if you having these stunt walls and stuff at the show. If you don't have the correct audio equipment,
if they got the right equipment, they're good.
They good. And if you have the respectful individuals, but if they have the right equipment, yes, because you're not always going to have car audio individuals there, so you need something to hype up the crowd to get it going, just a whatever of music. But as of lately, I ain't gonna lie to you.
She says not really. It's just added entertainment. Somebody else says no. I'm telling
you, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't really pay attention to the DJ recently.
Now, however, I do believe you need a host. I'm not ready to phase out hosts yet because you have a lot of dead air when it comes to a show. And obviously, the ceremony is important. And a lot of these shows, specifically in Alabama, Mississippi, a lot of these states and these small areas have gotten rid of the ceremony, which I totally fucking disagree with. But, I think the DJ needs to go. Ceremony should stay. Time should be shortened. Cost should come down. And that's all I got for now. I have a lot, but I think the Rick Ross shows, the DJ Envy shows, there are more people starting to throw car shows because it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they are inflating the price way up too high. And these niggas in the streets are thinking, oh, shit, I can get 80.
Right, I'm telling you.
If Rick Ross getting 250, I can get 80. I can get 50. Nigga, no, you not.
Skip on mute. You on mute, Skip. Nope, we can't hear you. I told you his hair was blocking the signal.
I read your lips and you said that's different. Nigga, no, it ain't. These shows cost too much. You can't go 10, 15 years charging $20 and now mysteriously for the past 4 or 5 years go up to 40 and 50. I don't give a shit about none of this inflation shit.
But it got to be worth it. I'm telling you, got to have if I'm paying that, I need one of y'all entertainers need to be there. Something. I need the food. I need and sometimes they missing. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is what I paid attention to. There's 2 things that I paid attention to, and I want to ask y'all a question about it.
Right.
Or maybe we need to say this for next time. No, we ain't gonna say it for next time. We can go ahead and do it now. Hey, the price of when are you talking about kids 6 and under free? 6 and under.
So Theme Car said it costs, bro. I get it. Okay, I give you a perfect example. It's 2025, Queen Con, right?
Okay.
How much is an Arizona T?
I don't know, anything like $2.99, $3.
What, Skip? You say $2?
$3, $2.99, $3, right? Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the Arizona thing, the thing that come in the can that you get at the gas
station.
The
tall can. Yeah, like
they cost $3.
Yes.
I don't know what gas station y'all going to.
No, I'm telling you, because like a Starbucks iced coffee in the can, $4.99.
No, not the Starbucks. The
But
Arizona
I'm
tea.
saying, but I'm saying
Ain't them
a
bitches still not? Them
Starbucks
bitches
coffee.
99 cents.
Where at?
Chat. Tell me how much the Arizona teas is.
Hell no. Let me see.
Arizona is
Not-
$1. Them
What
bitches
size?
been $1.
You liable. Hold on. Arizona tea price.
Arizona tea is $1.
No,
Can
You
y'all hear
want
me?
me to believe? Yeah, we can hear you now. You want me to believe? Yeah, stuff cost and blah 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 blah. No, I
Listen,
think people are getting ridiculously out of pocket, and it needs to stop.
well, last week somebody said something about why don't they have better trophies? With better looking trophies, more expensive trophies come a bigger entry fee. One of the reasons why everybody is paying charging these exorbitant entry fees is because people are paying them. If you just boycott it or just don't go, lesson will be learned, message will be sent. Rick Ross can do it because if nobody's on show, he ain't lost $1. And if he lose $1, it ain't gonna affect him one way or another. And people are gonna go with this misguided conception. Oh, it's networking. Anybody making under $100,000 a year, doing whatever it is they do, what kind of networking can you do at a car show like that?
Now, I don't
What
know.
I'm saying is, go ahead.
I don't know. I don't know. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I went to 5-on-Pump-7 car show.
Mm-hmm.
With me, it was some networking going on.
Okay, hold on. Whose car show was it?
5-on-Pump-7.
Okay, right. Right. Did you pay $250 to get in it? I mean, $750 to get in it? No, I'm talking about it wasn't $750 though.
You're right.
This is what I'm saying. The misguided conception of going to Rick Ross's show with $750 for you and your car. Oh boy, we can network. How?
Oh, that you rubbing elbows.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah,
I'm gonna go, man, because I might meet a millionaire. So what? Because I know millionaires now.
Yeah, it got to be worth something. It got to be worth something. You got to have something.
$3,000 to sell hot wings.
Or hot dogs in the crock pot.
all I'm saying is the majority of the shows have went up, and the majority shouldn't. A lot of those shows should have stayed at $10. I'm just gonna keep it fucking funky with you.
Okay.
It was a time where we were paying $10 to get in the car show. Am I lying, Skip?
$10.
No, Skip. $10. Skip.
You're right.
Tell me I'm
You're
lying.
right, but times have changed. This right here is a $3 trophy. That's my hand. See that? This will cost you $3 if you buy at least 10 of them. This, on the other hand, is $30. Something like this, a little different. This is just a mock-up, but still, you got to. People are not going to come to the car show if they know you're giving this out.
You do it once, they're gonna drag you.
We went to a show at a horse park where they were charging $50, wasn't it, Mark?
Yes.
They charged $50 a car, and they had the horse park slammed. And this is what something about this size is what they gave out. And the first thing that rang out, Skip, you made them trophies? Hell no.
They did.
They did that. And they haven't thrown a car show since.
So yeah, no, they have. They redeemed themselves actually. They had better trophies.
They did.
Yeah, they had better trophies.
Yep. And then
I don't know.
See, Mr. And Skip, before I started saying I'm doing this car show judging thing, I had made a post and I had put most of my trophies together. And I was like, tell me the difference of the ones that I won in 2015 and the ones I won in 2023. From looking at
10 years later. 10 years later.
You can't tell me the difference.
But see now, what Mark's point to the point Mark's making is car shows should have stayed at $10. If the trophy stayed the same, then the price should stay the same. But now from 2015 to now, the trophies have gotten bigger, a little taller, but they're still pretty much the same trophy because people want to keep that price point low, that out-of-pocket expense low first, so they can recoup it on the back end at the gate or what have you. And that's not how it should be done, but that's how people think. If I throw this show, man, I saw Skip, man, have 500 cars at the show. I know he made about $10,000. But people think these rings that I have to buy before.
That's different.
But that's what I'm saying. When people see all those people at my show, they think, oh, God damn it, I'm froze again. I don't know what's going on.
And you look like you talking shit too.
I am. I always do. But when people see rings or whatever, oh man, your show was worth the $50 entry fee, or blah blah blah, or the awards you gave out. Yeah, but on the backside, y'all don't know. I barely break even, or I take a loss.
And that's
sometimes that has to be done for the scene or for the betterment of the car scene versus always trying to put money in your pocket.
Yep. Or if you're gonna continuously do it, like year after year, if you're not gonna do it once, you're trying to bring your name out. Go ahead and take that loss that first 2 years.
Yeah. And I have
lost the first 2 years, but you're getting your name out there. You're making it a quality show, not something you trying to jump and get money. And I'm gonna just do this one time to try to make some money.
You say you got more medallions than trophies. That's the medallions is crazy. I ain't even gonna hold you. When they start doing that,
hey,
that's a ribbon. That's basically a ribbon, right, Skip? Ain't that a ribbon?
No, a medal, man. Medallion is the medal.
Oh, a medal. When they start giving medals,
medal is short for medallion, Mark.
Wait, so like the regular size ones?
No, I have Olympic size ones. If I can get my screen to show, I can show you the difference in the regular ones and the Olympic size medals.
We don't need to see that.
Yeah. But they're still not that expensive. They're not that expensive at all. But I'm
okay. Let me ask you this. Should it be a thing if I pull up? Since you saying it's cool for me to pay the 50, all right, bet. Cool. I get there, pull up, I pay the 50. Now I gotta pay for the motherfucker that's in the car with me. Because most of the time, it's 50 for the car, 10 for her. Now I gotta pay that. Okay, it's food over. There's food vendors over there. Now I gotta get some food. I got my kids with me. I gotta get them some food. Yada yada yada. So if it just so happened, it turns out that I don't like your trophies, should I get a refund?
No.
No.
Oh, see?
What the hell are you talking about?
That's tantamount. That's tantamount to going to a restaurant, eating all the food, and saying I don't like the food.
Yeah, that ain't how it go. You ain't about to know because I don't like the trophy. Now you didn't pay, you didn't enter, you didn't did that, you didn't use the bathrooms, ate the
She
food.
said no.
Yeah,
I paid my 50. I paid my 50. I paid for some food. So I'm eating that money. I'm eating the money on the food. I'm eating the money on the merch. I'm eating the money on the car detail. But the entry fee of the 50, once I found out that those trophies that you're giving me is a medallion or a medal or whatever, they're not of my caliber, I should be able to get my money back.
No.
Them niggas will learn, and it should be a rule to have them trophies front and center so we can see.
You're right. You're right now. You're right on that part, but you ain't gonna get your money back.
I can see what I'm up against. I can see what I'm trying to win. And now that 50 really, really means something. That shit gonna hit different.
No, we ain't getting that back. Like, and especially not for the extra people. And then let me tell you, if you knew what we spend on car shows when we go,
that's what I'm saying.
You'd be like, ain't no way. No, I'm saying like because if I know I want to go to the show, if I know it's a show I want to go to, like somebody said that. I think Lady Icon said it. I think Lady Icon, I'm sorry. I think she said that, hey, she gonna pay for the show. She gonna go to have a good time. Me, let me tell you something. We travel with no less than 2 vehicles. Because when I have that truck, it's always that Denali with it as well, because just in case something goes wrong. You know, so we had the Denali as a backup, and we always had the kids in there. So now you got to think about, I like to have my kids. We talk about these new kids these days. So the Denali got internet and all that stuff. So when I enter, most people have different lots. Like, hey, we just want the regular cars over here. I want the show cars over here. You go ahead and pay you this price because I want my kids next to me. Because most of the time they're going to sit in the car, take a nap, sleep, eat, whatever. So that truck need to be next to me, and it's gonna be on. So that's already 2 full car show entries. So I'm already paying my price, then the price of my husband. Then we getting food for us and 3 kids. Then don't let me get there. Like I say, if it's in the field and I need a detail, wash, whatever. Then most of the shows is out of town because I'm rarely in South Carolina. So we already tacking on gas, transport, like Skip was talking about the other week, hotel, the food the rest of the weekend. Hey, but if people would know just to go to one car show.
Yeah, it's a grip. I know exactly what you mean. But you know, that's why people stay local. That's why most of the people here don't go anywhere else. And then the first thing they scream is, "Oh, next year, boy, I'm going out of town to car shows." No, you're gonna go to one because when your pockets get hit real hard, you'll be like, "Oh no, hell no, it ain't worth it." But you know, before I freeze again, this is an Olympic size medal, a little smaller than Olympic medal, and this is the regular medal. I've seen car shows, and this is just a third place one, but this, see how much bigger it is. I've seen people give these out for first place. Now it says first place, of course.
I got one.
Yeah, they've given these out and charged 30, 40, 50 bucks to get in the show.
Skip, with all due respect, I don't want that shit. I'm just saying.
This is what they mean by medallions, though. This is what they mean. This is the difference between what I call the Olympic size and the regular medal that children get at the little track meets and whatever, high school, middle school, whatever. This is the size of them.
Field day.
There's a second place one, but those are the ones I can find real quick. But these are what I call.
Hold on, you trying to tell me you done seen people charge $50 for that, and you trying to tell me if I pay $50 for that, all my other expenses, and I find out you passing that out, I shouldn't be able to get my fucking money back?
But see, the thing is, know your audience. That's what it is. That is a money grab. When people do stuff like that, it's a straight money grab. These things are $4 or $5. The small ones are like $5 a piece with the medallion, the lanyard, and then something printed on the back like Skip's Car Show, first place. Well, first place will be on the front, or a car or something will be on the front. And then on the back, it'll say first place, ABC's Car Show. And they'll get 20 of these for $35.
Right.
And one entry fee paid for all of it. You get what I'm saying? So know your audience, man. Know your audience.
And like I say, but let me tell you something. One thing I always said, when I will overlook, especially if I ain't going there for the trophy. If you have, I take into account when they do pay for entertainment, like not DJ entertainment, but a lot of these YNs want to see these rappers and stuff on stage. Hold
on now. Let's talk about that. Let's hurt their feelings again. You up and coming. Hear ye.
No, I didn't say up and coming. I didn't say up and coming.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not talking about established.
I was finna get on their bumper.
Stay
home, bro.
No.
Nobody cares.
I'm talking about established artists. You know what I'm saying? So I will be like, you know what? I know that you had to pay that money for that artist. So them trophies ain't even, because it got, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, it ain't, it's a lot. Like you say, it still is a lot in the price of, you ain't gonna give the ones that skip the big, thick ones. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do that. And the artist.
Hold on. How much was Bled Show? How much was Bled Show, Skip?
I think it was $100. I think it was 100. I think
cards are us. Y'all in the chat. Whoever was indoors at Keys to the City last year, how much did you pay? Or if you pay VIP, I'm just curious. He had Young Dro, not mainstream anymore, not washed up. So
but they came for Dro though. He brought them out.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. It was a lot of people there. It was a lot of people there.
You think Jody Breeze brought him out
I
to
didn't
your
say
party?
Jody Breeze. I didn't say Jody Breeze. I said Joe.
Okay, so he paid $100. He paid $100 indoor. Young Dro. Is that a value?
Yes, you getting a concert with it. Yes,
Thank you.
because you ain't gonna
Thank
go
you.
because you're not gonna go any place else. You think you're gonna pay that? If
At a
like how
concert?
that fella, yeah, like how that fella song is going viral right now on TikTok. You think you about to pay that for a concert?
Okay.
Like for a
So
full
watch.
concert? Oh no.
So watch this.
But
Indoor, Young Dro, great trophies. $100. You got niggas in the month of August charging $50, $60. No artist, no DJ.
that's what we talking about.
But
That's
you
what
know,
I'm saying.
now, have you ever heard the term? And I know I'm gonna get killed for this. The price of pussy done went up.
Yeah.
When you hear that statement, the first thing they say is, "Boy, it ain't $20 no more. It ain't a McDonald's Happy Meal no more." So the same thing with car shows. When you get these Rick Rosses and these bigger shows, these bigger established shows that jump from $40 to $100, and people still show up. So now 100 is not the ceiling anymore; it's the floor. So the local shows say, "Well, shit, I can charge 50 and get away with it." You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
they're just playing with the economy. The economy is going up, so let's just jump on that bandwagon.
Well, but then that's where we falling into where it's
Lord, that's
unsuccessful.
a nice
The local shows saying they can charge 50 until you see 50 ain't bringing nobody in.
There you go. And
You know what I'm
that's how
saying?
you
You think in your mind, oh yeah, I can charge 50. But you ain't got nothing to show for that 50. We like I said before, we could have had a kickback for that.
exactly.
Like this what you doing? Like no, you got to properly plan these shows.
And see,
Like this,
people think like with the proper planning, that's just a part of it. It's one of those things to where when you go to your job, if you work in an office building or a real busy area, when you got to go to your desk or whatever, say it's a multi-use desk, like different people use it. You got to go in there and get your stuff the way you like it so you can be comfortable in surroundings. Same thing with car shows. It's not plug and play anymore. It's just not. The different audience, the different types of people, different types of shows play a factor. Size of awards, types of awards, who you are as a person. I know a lot of people I've heard this about me. If Skip at that show, I'm not going. And I'm like, okay, well, they don't like me, but they missed out on that. And all that plays into these shows. So
Go ahead, Queen.
I got one more thing that we miss.
All right.
There's no way that you throw in a car show and in any form, shape, or fashion, however you see it, you're not supporting anybody else.
Anybody?
You ain't gonna put out no flyer, and you ain't supporting nobody else show.
Shit. What you say?
So you think that it's about to fly off, right? Oh, I'm gonna put out this flyer. This flyer look good. The people in my city know me. But this show about to be a banger. I ain't going to nobody else show though. I ain't supporting nobody else. Nothing like that.
Well,
my show gonna hit.
They do it.
They do it.
They do it with a smile on their fucking face.
Yeah.
I know people that have drop dead $100,000 cars and don't go to nobody's show but theirs.
That part.
I'm talking about at minimum $100,000 in this car, in this person's car. Minimum. And it looks it. And you ain't seeing that nobody's show but
nobody else. Like,
and they pass out flyers like they giving away money.
What? Or hey, share my flyer right quick. Or
no, they pass them out.
Yeah, that. But then they play the victim after the show was a flop. But you got to support other people's shows, not just saying it like I get it. It ain't support comes in different forms. Okay, you may share their show, share their flyer, consistently this and this and this. But when it comes to if you planning that you thinking you gonna throw a show, you got to show face. You got to beat these streets. It ain't just behind social media. You got to go to this show. Get on. Go ahead and get on this road. Get out of the state. Go ahead and get on. I ain't here. I don't have my bill. My bill's not ready. Guess what? Most of last year, guess where I was at? Down there with y'all. I ain't had it, but you got to go. Or my bill ain't performing like it should. But guess what? I'ma still go to this show. I'ma still support. I'ma still show love. What's up? That's the networking that they ain't talking about that they missing.
Right.
I think that part is not going to change because a lot of the people that do that and they don't support, their grandfather into the culture that way. It's hard to remove something that's grandfathered in that you won't turn off. Until he self turns that off, it will continue. And I ain't gonna say no names, but we all know who those people are. I don't give a damn what state they in. They are grandfathered in and they don't support the money there. They've thrown one show in X year, whether it was 2002, 2022, or 2032. If they keep throwing shows every year, they've already recouped 22 times fold. They're not gonna stop until you niggas stop going.
And there you go. That's one of the things that I've been saying without no shame in saying it. If y'all don't support these local shows, don't expect me to advertise for people to come to your show. I said this about Rick Ross' show the very first year he did it. That man got a garage out there bigger than 3 of our houses put together, full of cars. And ain't nobody seen him at no show. He could say, I'm finna go by a Battle for the Ring Ship Show, man, and show out. Y'all come support old boy. If you don't do nothing but ride through the parking lot and leave, you supported me because people think you're going to come and you're going to stay. And that is drawing attention to what I'm doing. So in turn, I'm going to support Rick Ross' show and I'm going to go pay that fee because he showed me the same love. And not just Rick Ross, some lower level guys. And you know who I'm talking. We've talked about this off air, but that's what they do.
Right. Another part that they don't really talk about is how many celebrities live in Atlanta.
A lot of them.
Think about it. This is Black Hollywood.
With cars.
My wife always tells me everybody got a house in Atlanta. So if everybody got a house in Atlanta, everybody might have a garage in Atlanta, right? This also means that everybody has a handler or something, yada yada yada. Most of these people that send cars to Rick Ross show, Envy show, everybody else, the DJ, the radio station shows, they all send those cars in. 50, I don't know where 50 Cent lives currently, but he sends his cars in. Everybody understands where Young Dolph was from. I don't know where those cars are. Everybody knows Dolph cars, right?
Yeah, they here in Atlanta.
They live somewhere. So when those cars are chartered somewhere, you can send them cars in. Rick Ross ain't got to go to a damn show. Send your fucking cars in. That's Rick Ross car. That's all you got to do.
But see, even more important, though, Mark, somebody with a voice like his, we're just going to use Rick Ross. If you say, hey, man, you know what? Man, I heard Battle for the Rings this weekend. I might follow through. That right there is a form of support. Yes, whether you do or not, you built up some momentum for that show, the local show. There's a show down the street at a little sports bar, man. I'm going to pull through there, man. Go show my car, and then I'm going to come on back home. Y'all come on out. That's all I expect from celebrities, people with money. Support the same scene that buy your stuff, your albums or your shoes or whatever else. That way, people like me won't feel guilty about, yeah, he expensive, but you know what? He looked out for DJ Threat's show, or he looked out for the all ladies car show coming up later in June. But he looked out for them. He did that, you know. So I don't feel bad about supporting them. And you know, I can splurge one time, but no, just because you want to outshine DJ Envy, that's why you're throwing your show. That's the only reason he's doing it, because he wanted to show Envy that he could do it. He could get more cars than him. Words I didn't.
You got to, like Nate said. She said, there's so many shows, it's impossible to physically go to them all, but at least share the flyer. It's been times where, look, let me tell you something. I'll be sitting at my couch. It might be one of them weekends we take a break and I ain't going nowhere. Guess what I'm gonna show to make it seem like I'm going there? Car show move for the day. Car show move for the day. Share the flyer. And then I get all the calls after the fact. Hey, you ain't at the show. I thought you was going to the show, but y'all there. It's good enough. You support it. Hey, I said,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But just to share the flyer, but it is a lot. It's a lot of
Yeah.
shows.
So
Every
I think we've covered a lot of different aspects. One last aspect specifically for you, Queen. You wake up at 9:30 in the morning on a Saturday, and one of those Saturdays you taking the day off, right? And you just so happen to pull up a flyer for the next following Saturday that's got your car on it, got your truck on it. That beautiful truck is plastered on the front of that flyer without your consent. What do you do?
I mean, I ain't have that happen. I'm not that. I haven't had that happen, but I would. Damn, you ain't asked me about it though. Like, you know, I feel like because at one point people would think if your car was on the flyer that you was gonna be there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that now you pulling people in to make that money, but you ain't hit me up in that booking and say
Right.
nothing.
Dope girl Nay is in the chat. She's another example. She got a bad bike, and she's a beautiful woman. If you woke up and you seen your beautiful body and your bike on a flyer, I would want to be kind of compensated for that.
Yeah, because I'm just like you ain't hitting me up about it. You know what you were doing.
Yes.
Well, y'all know that happened with T.I. They put T.I. on the flyer here at the club in Atlanta. He went and shut the club down.
He did.
Oh,
T.I.
Yeah.
He did indeed.
Well,
He did.
It has to happen. But you know, back in the day, they used to do that. Nobody really thought anything about it until somebody said, "Hey, what you put me on the flyer for? You ain't said," or when individuals didn't want to be on the flyer. Well, make it seem like I'm coming to that show and I ain't coming to that show, or I don't fuck with you and nothing like that. Don't put me on this flyer, kind of thing like that. So, but yeah, if we could have had this discussion. Like, don't put me in this day and age, 2025. Don't put me on your flyer if we ain't talking.
Watch this.
All right, so let's recap. Let's recap, people.
Wait, you cut off Skip. Hold on. Skip said,
No,
"Watch this."
Go ahead.
But watch this. If they've already done it, what do you do? Like, if the flyer is out there and it's getting traction because Queen Kong is on the flyer, what do you do?
I ain't going.
No, it ain't about you not going. It's out there. They're gonna see it. So I would go on Facebook and post that same flyer and say, "Hey, y'all, this is a fraud. I'm not going to that show."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I would post it and let my fans see, hey, they stole this. They're using this to get y'all in. I'm telling y'all, I reached out to them and they're assholes. I'm not going. I would advise y'all not to go. I would hit them right back where they hit me at.
Yeah. If I reach out to you on the back end and then you just, like, hey, whatever, I don't care. It's just a picture I just posted on the flyer. All right, cool. Now we about to take it there. Like, yeah. I ain't going to this show. I ain't never said that don't think I'm going to this show, because the show that I'm going to, that me and Dope Girl Nate hosting this weekend, a lot of people hit me up and they was like, "Hey, are you really going to that show? You really gonna be hosting?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's for real. That's serious. That's what we doing." And they was like, "Okay, cool. Well, I'm going." Like, people want to know. They want to be assured that that's what they want. That's what they want to see. So.
That's right. And that's why I was saying that if they'd already got the fly out there and it's gaining traction, especially if it got back to you, you got to debunk it. You got to say, "Hey, look, this is a fraud. I'm not going. And this is Queen Kong's real page. Look at the check mark or however y'all verify it. I'm not going to his show. It's a fraud. If y'all are going there expecting me, then no, I'm not going. So go at your own risk."
Yeah,
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's different. Like I say, it's different in 2025. 2012, 2013, you could get away with that. Because everybody wanted to be on the flyers, like club.
Exactly.
Everybody wanted to be on the flyers. So
you know what? It's one person that does that, and he's a marketing genius for it. God damn it, what's his name with the gold trophies, Mark?
Fred?
You talking about Nash?
Nash.
Fred Nash?
Yeah. If Nash called you, he doing a show, and he find out you coming, he'll make a flyer just with your truck. This last show he had like 20 different flyers with everybody's car that confirmed they were coming to his show.
Let me tell you something. Okay. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna, because I had one on a flyer, like a full flyer. This is after you pay for the ticket now.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hold on, what are you talking about? This is after you pay for the ticket now. Like this ain't you just, but this is after you pay for this. Wasn't no freebie thing like hey, they said it was coming. This is after you paid for the ticket, and more than likely, it wasn't just like a regular. It was that top level.
Yeah, that we talked about in depth on here. That's some
We did.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, we'll talk offline. We'll talk offline about that. But yeah.
That whole concept of making the flyer with your car on it, that was a great idea, but
I like it.
It didn't hold weight for long, in my opinion.
I like it. Yeah, you're right about it because you want to know why? Because everybody else started doing it too for less.
Now, however, I do believe that, like take Theme Cars R Us, they will post graphically what cars have prepaid and what cars are attending. I do like that idea. It's kind of along the same lines, and it's kind of letting people know, okay, this person is paid, this person is coming, and everybody's like, oh, he going, and it kind of stirs up. Oh, he going, I might want to go. I think that is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm froze again, so I'm gonna just talk till it shut up. I don't know what's going on with this laptop.
Hold on, Skip. One thing. When I asked you the question earlier, we kind of got a little confused on it. What I was saying, not how far should you plan ahead to throw your car show? When should promotion start, and how heavy should it be?
In my case, I have this platform here, so I'm blessed because we get it when we say stuff on here. It travels real quick. But in the average person's case, this will be my sixth year throwing this battle for the ring. But if you're in year 2 or car show 2 or 3, then you gotta go 3 months out minimum, because you gotta get it in their ear. You gotta get the buzz, and the people that did support you and had a great time, they can jump on the bandwagon also and start helping you support. So it's not just about you doing it; it's about getting it in the air, in the atmosphere, so to speak.
Now, what about first year?
First year, you got to get help. You got to, because if it's your first year, you don't have traction enough to throw a car show unless you're giving away money. Unless you're going to say, hey, my prizes are $100 for first place, $50 for second place, so on and so forth, and different categories. If you don't have a big draw to your car show, then you've got to get help from established people. No ifs, ands, or buts.
All right, can I mix it up?
Yeah.
When it comes to flyers, what are red flags? And I'll
the
give you one.
Flyer I already seen.
I'll give you a gimme. You're gonna shake your head when I say this. And if you've done this in the past, you are a devious, nasty motherfucker. If your black ass put a fly out there and you got a twerk contest for a cash prize on your flyer for a car show, you a devious motherfucker.
There was a couple of car shows that actually did the twerk contest.
Yeah.
For cash. But I think a red flag is not putting the entry fee on the car show.
Oh yeah.
I think a red flag is having all the big names of people on the car scene on your flyer, when like with us, we're in the know, so we kind of know who mess with who and who don't, and we see 2 different people on a flyer, and we know they don't mess with that dude. False advertising, and everybody know it. So I think not having the entry fee on there. What's a red flag for me? For me, is TBA, TBD, to be determined. Don't you give me no fucking flyer with the location to be determined.
Yeah.
You might not never see that flyer again.
Yeah, I want to wait. I want to wait. I ain't gonna lie to you. My red flag is when I see a flyer that has the same background as a flyer I've already seen. Now I'm like, hold up now. Hold on.
Not the duplicate Canva joint.
Yeah, because you see it, your eyes see it. Like you'll see it when it pop up on your mind. You think it popped up from your memories. And you looking like, oh man, yeah, I remember I went to this. Hold on, this ain't the same car show. This is a new car show with
She
the
said, "Hold
same
on, wait a
background.
minute,
Yeah,
something ain't right."
wait a minute, something ain't right. So, hey, so yeah, when they had the same background, because then now that's letting me know you skipped out on something.
Yeah, they changing.
You
I'm
skipped
just
out on
erase
something,
this.
and
I'm a what is it? Plug and play.
yeah, that's what you're gonna do instead of or paying somebody else to do the flyer. But that's my red flag, and now it's getting to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. When the price is high, now my red flag is, even though I rarely enter, is when I don't see the trophies. Not for me, for everybody else.
Well, now you know Hulk, one of our first hosts with us on here. He actually started a trend with, "Hey man, who made your trophies?" He went out
Oh, okay.
and they would say, "Oh, Skip, man, okay, oh, we going there." You know, Skip ain't making no bullshit trophies, but Skip will
Mm-hmm.
make bullshit trophies. Is that what you order? You
That's what
get
you
what I'm
want. If that's what you want. If you come to me at that wrong price, hey, what can I get for this? This. This is what you
saying?
can get for this.
Yeah, he used to do that, and people would start asking that question. "Hey, Skip, you made them trophies?" "I don't know what show you're talking about." "Oh boy, we ain't going to that one in." You know, so
I'm telling you,
yeah, yeah, that's a thing.
So,
that
so
is the
not
thing.
so should they have who's judging the show on the flyer? Should that really be a thing?
Ooh.
I know we talk about judging a lot, but should the judges be transparent on the flyer?
I'm thinking now in 2025, with how all the issues are with judging, yes, because you want to know if people know what they're judging, if they know what they're talking about, they know what they're looking for, they know what to
'Cause
look
they they
for,
be
they
they
know
be quick
how
to say
to.
such and such hosting the motherfucker, but they don't tell you who judging.
Yeah, yeah, you're right about that. You got
Well,
some.
see, the one
Hmm,
issue is good judges, unbiased
right,
judges
right.
charge. A lot of people don't want to pay a judge a set fee to come judge cars, and then they balk at my $5 per car fee. I'm only judging
Hmm.
what's there. I'm not judging what came through the gate. You know,
Mhm.
but hey, all that plays into it.
To that money, to that price.
And you know what, Carnage? I'm looking at something you put. Don't go to a judge that you are at odds with. Nobody should be mad at a judge because, in my case, I'm speaking for me now. When I judge your car, I'm telling you the truth. Whether me and you at odds about a girl, whether you owe me money or whatever, if I'm being paid to judge a show, I'm judging what's in front of me. And you have the right to come to me. And I tell everybody to do this after the show. Say, "Hey, Skip, man, how the hell I lost the show? Tell me what was wrong with my car, and then I'm gonna come show you." And it's gonna be factual and it's gonna be true. So if a judge can't do that, then they shouldn't be judging. My opinion.
I'm gonna add this and Skip because I always tell the same story. Me and Skip wasn't. I wouldn't say we was at odds, but we was on different sides.
Right.
But when we came to that show in Macon, and it came to judge, and I can 100% say that was very, very much fair. And the whole level of respect. Like it wasn't because of what we was at odds at, and not no heavy odds now. Before y'all go
Right.
there,
It was because we had
like,
different friends, different people. We was involved with
yeah,
people that it
yeah,
was somebody else.
different people. Yep, but that judging was on point. He told me what was the reason, what was missed. It was, you know what I'm saying, and the from there, I think really
Yeah.
from him, Skip, that respect was there.
All right. Here I come. Tell them I'm coming out now.
Uh oh, Skip about to go pick up some
Well,
food.
ladies and gentlemen, I think we've covered it all. How to execute a successful car show. I think we've covered judging, hosting, up and coming artists, established artists, red flags, um, everything. So yeah, if you are throwing a show, and if you want consultation, consultation, that's the word, right? Please
Consultation.
reach out to us. We are it's not free. I ain't gonna hold you. And Skip, if they call you and they want it for the free, just hang up. hang up the phone, hit the
Yep.
little red button on your phone.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
yes, we will give you all the information. It is not free though. You guys want to inflate everything and charge $50, $60 for your show, but you don't want to pay for consultation to make your show a
Right.
success.
Right.
You know,
All right. I'm back.
you got to have the
Yep.
right pieces, and I think we have the experience here at this podcast and on this network to make anybody's car show successful. If it's not successful, we at least gave you the right information. How you execute it is solely on
On
you.
you.
So yeah, we can't complain about the culture and expect to get different results. So everybody who's wanting to throw a show, have at it. Have at it. You know where to find us here at Atlanta CarCast on the Atlanta Cast Network every Thursday at 8 p.m. We had technical difficulties tonight. We apologize for that. We will be back on our regular scheduled program every Thursday here at 8 p.m. Got Queen Kong in the building. I go by the name of Mr. That's Mr. Skip. This TJ is somewhere going. Nighthawk is on a trail run. And it's been a
No, he's spring breaking. He's spring breaking.
Spring breaking.
He's spring breaking. We do appreciate all of our new viewers. If you're enjoying the show, please hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing when we hit that live button. We always stream live because we like the back and forth, the feedback in the chat. We appreciate every single comment, negatively, positively. It doesn't matter. We love it all. So yeah, we're gonna see y'all on the flip side. Queen Kong, you in these streets this weekend?
I am. I will be in me and Dope Girl Nay will be, because I don't know if any other female has done it, like a female duo of hosting the show. We will be in Fayetteville, North Carolina this weekend for a show, hosting, showing out, doing what we do. She on top of the bike, I'm on top of the truck. We doing it.
Give an address. Give an address. Give an address.
What?
I got that flyer, but I don't want to pull up the wrong one. What's that show called?
Horticulture 2.
Horticulture. Bingo. Here
There
it
you
is.
go.
April 5th, 2025. Gates open at 12. If you want to make that travel down, go ahead and do so. April 5th. Gates open at 12. Registration ends at 4 p.m. Awards are going to be at 5. $20 in advance. I don't know if that has been cut off yet or not. $40 registration, and they have $50 VIP. We also didn't talk about VIP, but we'll save that for another day. Shout out to Dope Girl Nay. Beautiful bike, beautiful spirit. Appreciate you. Queen Kong will be in the building. And if your car is on this flyer and you didn't consent to it, don't blame us. Don't blame us. You know, we ain't got shit to do with it, Dope Girl Nay. We ain't do it. This is for the culture. They throw a damn good show. Both of these ladies have a great following, and I wish this show a lot of success. So if you want to go to any show, go ahead and pull up to that. And I ain't pulling up no more shows except for this one. Elite Ladies and Men of Banks, 5th annual car, truck, and bike show, May 3rd. Right, Skip?
Yes.
At the American Legion Post 296, 906 West Atlanta Street Southeast in Marietta, North Side, 12 to 5. Entry fee is $25. Spectators is only $5. Pre-sale spectacular tickets are now available. They're going to have fish fry and a whole bunch of stuff. We got club participation, best male, best female, and more. And
Stars choice and best paint, best rims. A lot of stuff.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, one more, y'all. My sister's keeper. This show is near and dear to my heart, y'all, because these sisters are keeping it real and they're doing an all ladies car show. And it is always Mother's Day weekend. And everybody has this debate about throwing car shows on a holiday. And did you do it? Should you not do it? We didn't talk about that tonight either. But I think people need something to do. I've seen a lot of mothers bring their mother to this car show.
Right.
Shout out to all the ladies. Yeah, this is going
International Young Chess.
Yeah. So bring your mama, have your mama drive your car, or bring your baby mama, somebody mama. I don't know. May 10th, it's going down from 11 to 4. Over 30 trophies. You know, we got games. Atlanta CarCast will be in the building. Nobody really talks about my Simon Says game, but I am the king of Simon Says. And we got some special surprises when we hit these streets this summer. with Simon Says of all of our hosting skills. So if you want to book Atlanta CarCast, we are taking booking dates. And it comes with everything from hosting, judging, Simon Says, games, entertainment, hosting. We'll keep the vibes going. So if you need us, you know where to find us.
And
my sister's keeper.
Real quick before
ahead,
we go to the International Young Chefs, we got an announcement to make about the Ladies First Car Show. We will do it next week. We will do it next. We added something to it, so we will make that announcement next week for the Ladies First Car Show, coming in June. So yeah. So last one, International Young Chefs. Mark,
say that again.
The International Young Chefs Car Show.
Oh, one more.
Impossible.
This is Miss TJ's part. I'm not good on this one.
We can tell.
Where is it?
But while he's finding that flyer, the International Young Chefs are a troop of children coached and taught and mentored by Miss Kim Possible. Most of you know her, and if you don't, you will meet her at this show. She's teaching these kids the art of cooking, and she's also exposing them to different cultures of cooking by doing stuff like this car show, raising money to get these kids to Africa this year. She's taking these kids to Africa to learn something about how they cook, the culture of cooking, the art of what they do, etc., etc. And I believe last year, I forgot what he went last year, but she tries to take them to different countries. So this is a fundraiser help for these children to make these trips and whatnot. And we need all the support we can get for her to reach her goal of keep mentoring and teaching these children.
That's big facts. No red flags here. Show up on the west side, Douglasville, 4996 Highway 92 in Douglasville at the Boundary Waters Activity Center, the International Young Chefs Auto Show 2025. I love this flyer, by the way. I really, really dig it. Not more of the same. It's really, really popping. Not too wordy. Not a lot of bullshit. Not a lot of fluff.
It tells you
right on point. I like it.
It tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, from 1 to 6. Gates open at 12. $30 pre-registration, $35 at the gate, $5 for spectators. If you need more information, www.internationalyoungchefs.org. In the words of Young Bled, Bled 392. You dig? As he say that. Anyway, y'all, we about to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all joining us. We appreciate all the new support, the new viewers, anybody that watches this now or watches this later. We are only doing this for the culture. We're trying to push the culture forward. From anybody from South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Atlanta, Tennessee. We hear y'all. We hear your gripes because everybody's plight is the same. No matter what state you're in. You could be up north, in the south. All of this stuff is the same. So everybody's trying to push this culture forward. So that's what we do here at Atlanta CarCast. And until next time, peace.